money, what we finna do. Then leave. Get the bread, get that head, then leave. Peace out.
Club Godzilla, I ain't tricking. I'm just taking bitches down, head down, pop it, send it to the ground. She a freak, oh I put her on the team. If you keep your money clean, then scream.
What's up, guys? If you do not know who I am, my name is Naja, aka the Voodoo Child, and I do YouTube, I do art, I like tech, I do all types of stuff, but today we're just gonna be focusing about my art business, okay? You guys sent me tons of questions. I made a community post saying, hey, it's free game, no seminar, no virtual class. You guys got any questions, just ask me and I'll just give you as much knowledge as I have. I wrote everything down on a piece of paper, so I'm not gonna be answering questions individually just to save a little bit of time, because a lot of you guys are asking me the same things in different ways. I'm just gonna get right on into it. I don't like blabbering too much, especially when it's a video with information in it. I like to just get right on into it. So, oh, and if you need to skip ahead or anything, the timestamps are gonna be in the description. I'm trying to figure out how to do that chapters thing on here. Girl, I have no clue. I'm still trying to figure it out. How I started is a long story. I started my brand in itself in 2014. I went to college for fashion marketing and merchandising. And I only went for like a year, girl, but within that year I learned a lot. I learned how to do PR plans, run fashion shows, sell merch, all that stuff in a short amount of time. Then I left school because I felt like fashion really wasn't what I wanted to do, and I still feel that way. Like, I don't think that that was the angle that I should have took, because what I really liked to do was the graphic design within fashion. So what I really wanted to do was like textiles, prints, basically art. Like, I've always loved to draw. It was a journey to figure out my own niche or alleyway per se, but yeah, it took a little bit of self-discovery, because, and I know some of y'all can relate, you could like more than one thing, but you just gotta narrow in. Like the logo and all of that stuff, I drew my own logo by hand, but you can go on sites like Fiverr or Etsy and pay somebody to make a logo for you. Just make sure that you talk to them exclusively about like rights and what you can and can't do with the image. Like if you can put it on a shirt, if you can put it on a website, if you can put it on an advertisement. But before you even go with the logo, I'm really gonna need you to figure out what your niche is. Like, what do you wanna do? Like I said earlier, you need to zone in on one thing and then build on top of it. So yeah, you wanna zone in on one thing so that you can perfect your craft, get an audience, and you know, just something that, and my advice to you, do something that you're passionate about already. Like, I had to be real with myself and be like, am I really passionate about clothes, or do I just like expressing my own personal style? And I was like, okay, I like expressing my own personal style. What I really like to do is draw the designs on the clothes, right? Like, I like the design work. So I had to be real with myself and be like, look, maybe you just need to go into art, selling art, because obviously that's what you like to do. How to start a website. There's so many options out there now, Squarespace, Wix, all of that stuff, where they kind of just make the, Shopify, all this stuff, where they could just make it for you. It's pretty easy now to get it together. I would go on YouTube, look up ideas for at-home photo shoots. I'm actually gonna post one next week, so if you're new, make sure you subscribe and put on your notifications and everything, because I'm gonna have a very detailed video, like nails, makeup, set, all of that stuff. It's very important to have good looking photos on your website, because these sites will give you these top-notch templates, but if you don't have the content to put in the template, it's gonna look a mess. And you don't want your website to look a mess, because if your website looks a mess, no one's gonna trust you to wanna put their card information, their hard-earned money in there, you know? It can't look sketchy. And I always say, try to get a domain, try to get a .com. It's very cheap. If you go to namecheap.com, you can pay a whole year. I think it's like $12 a year to get a .com domain. Get rid of that big cartel BS. Like, I'm telling you, it makes you look so much more credible. A lot of these Wix sites and Spotify have like a little upgrade package that you could do, where they help you hook you up with the domain and everything through them. So my advice is just make sure you get a .com. I understand in the beginning if you can't, but because you want to have your stuff together before you invite traffic to come and see your stuff. So how do you motivate yourself to make art through mental health, or motivate yourself? How do you motivate yourself when you are going through mental health struggles? If you don't know, I have a mental illness, and during the winter time, which is my best months for my business, I also have seasonal depression, so it can be a pain in the ass. Sometimes I might slack, but I just have to remind myself, keep myself posted, like with alarms on my phone of things that I need to be doing, keeping myself on track. Sometimes I'll even work ahead. Like when I am feeling pretty manic, I'll work ahead. Like the drop that I'm doing this year, I actually made in May of last year. Like I actually drew in May of last year, but 420 and all that shit was over, so obviously I couldn't drop a 420 launch. But look, now it's March, April, my spring collection, now I could drop it. So my advice would be work ahead. When you're feeling good, like do as much as you can. But when you're not feeling good, don't feel bad when you need to recharge and stuff. But remember, a business is a business, and if you're inconsistent with your customers and shit, like we're not Amazon, we're not Target, we're not Walmart, we're one person, you know. So what else? What do you do in a creative block? I guess that kind of is the same thing. I mean, just work when you can and use the inspiration later. A good tip that I saw was to go on your Instagram Explore feed and to just sketch everything that's on the grid, or like get inspired by like a pose or something. Like I love doing that. Or I'll go on Pinterest. That's a good one. Work-life balance and time management. Guys, it is so important to give yourself a schedule. When I did work full-time, I have not worked for somebody else like a traditional 9 to 5, and I think like 5 going on 6 years. So I can't really speak from that experience of how to juggle that. But when I was working a 9 to 5 and doing YouTube as a side thing, what I used to do is that I used to make 1 day for filming, 1 day for editing, and I would film for the whole week and just edit, right? I did not care. I'd be wearing the same outfit in videos, same hair, same makeup, did not care, because I wanted to get my content out but not feel burnt out and still have off days, because it's really important to recharge. So maybe try to find like a method. Like I know me, I ship every Monday. So whatever orders I get, I stop it on Sunday, and whatever's there is there, and I box it up and I ship it, right? Somebody makes an order Sunday night or something, like ta. So just give yourself like a schedule. That's my advice, is give yourself like a good little schedule. I have ran a business, been a student, and been a YouTuber. I've done that before, and it can get a little overwhelming. That can get a little overwhelming. So every time I see small businesses that are ran by students, y'all please buy something from them, because it's overwhelming. It's stressful, trust me. All right, so now let's get into the bread and butter. I know it's been a while, I'm so sorry, but I had to get all of the house cleaning stuff out the way. Okay, so all of these scenarios have to do with marketing. I got hella questions about marketing specifically. You guys are asking me marketing questions in different ways, so I'm just gonna paraphrase. Paying for promo. Y'all, okay, look, paying for promo is a risky game. I always advise to make contracts and to do it via PayPal. Make sure you get their PayPal address and everything before it even starts, so you can have some type of accountability just in case somebody flakes or something like that. But me personally, I don't really like doing the whole paid promo thing, because I personally feel like I'm not big enough to do that. I feel like paid promo is for like boutiques and shit that are making at least full-time wages yearly, to the point they could afford to have employees. Like if you could afford to have employees, you could afford to do paid for promo, right? I just feel like a lot of small businesses be way too small to be trying to pay for a certain promo when they're not even ready to get the type of exposure they think they want, you know? And I think it's because of that 1 year in 2020 when everybody was making like lip glosses and candles and stuff like that, and people saw that you could sell one product 1,000 times for like 50 bucks, and they're like, well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna zone in on this one product. I'm gonna pay all this money to have people promote it. But it's like you're over here trying to sell candles and you're having your candle promoted on a mukbang channel. Like, it doesn't make sense. Feel it out. If you think it'll benefit you, or you know, you're in certain groups where you talk about, like, you know, statistics of paying for a promo with a certain person or a certain thing, do you? But me personally, I don't do it. I more so go for a PO box, like friendly PO box sends, like little things like that. Like if I see somebody who has the same aesthetic, and we're gonna talk about that later, if I see somebody with the same aesthetic as me, like on Instagram or something, and their PO box is public, I'll send them a little something that doesn't break bank, you know, like not no t-shirt or nothing, but you know, something that to show that, you know, it is what it is. Sometimes I'll do like a portrait, or, you know, it depends. How often should you post, and can you post too much? Okay, so I feel like it's different based off of different social media platforms. I highly advise you guys to look into, you're watching this on YouTube, go on YouTube, look up certain algorithms, Instagram algorithms, TikTok algorithms, Pinterest algorithm videos. People usually update them monthly throughout the year with new tips and tricks, and like people that actually study these algorithms, or like get inside sources for people who work at Facebook and stuff like that. That's my advice for that, because everybody says something different. Like for TikTok, some people say you post 4 times a day. My rule of thumb with TikTok, I have a TikTok account that's doing really well. It just got to 10,000 followers and over 1 million of likes, and we're about to get monetized really soon. Shout out to Florida Man Friday on TikTok. And I know on that account we have to post at least to get all of that shit. And I'm being so real with y'all, because we'll post like news stories that'll be 2-parters. So if we're posting 2-parter TikToks 3 times a day, that's 6 TikToks a day. That is 6 TikToks a day. So like, yeah, the algorithms are different. You never know. My rule of thumb is to just look up what's popping in that within the month, within the year that you're trying to blow. Like look it up. What kind of media reaches people the best? Again, that depends on what platform you're using. I personally feel like videos, short vertical videos, high quality, get people more. TikTok is trailblazing. Instagram is rewarding people for reels, and YouTube is, I feel like YouTube tried to do shorts and then they gave up, and I'm honestly really lost on what the fuck YouTube's trying to do right now. I don't know if a strategy isn't working and when to give up. I mean, like, I would never put all my eggs in one basket and just hope that one strategy is gonna work, but you should know, like, if you're investing way too much time and you're not getting nothing back, it's time to move on. Ooh, this is a good one. Staying true to your brand identity while marketing. So what that means is, like how I just said the example of the candle with the mukbangers, like, don't let cloud your business purpose and your business message, right? Like, don't, if your whole niche is spa towels, why would you send your spa towels to I don't know, Juicy J? I don't know, it's just, I don't know. Don't lose your brand identity, because it's not worth, it's like basically selling out and your customers will get confused. How to promote yourself, honestly, bro, you have to be annoying on social media. You have to be annoying on social media. Send out media kits in the DMs. You can go online and look up media kits, and if you're savvy with Photoshop, you can make your own. You have to be your best promoter, for real. Shipping is really short. You guys have just not that many shipping questions. I feel like everybody has made the mistake of not including shipping into their orders, and then you get to the post office and now you're paying out of pocket, confused, and now you're out of money, and what profit? We got shipping questions, there's no shame in that. What site do I use? I use the US Postal Service. I do have an account with the United Postal Service, and I do get discounts there, but I only use that for personal reasons. But for business, I use the USPS. They have free boxes. Fit whatever you can into the box. It's a flat rate. I love it. It's great. You should get it. There are other sites out there that people use where they could just do it by weight. You know, you could weigh your bag and then you could print out a label and just slap it up on there. Speaking of label makers, I would highly suggest getting a laser thermal printer, or not a laser, a thermal printer, whatever the hell it's called. for your labels. Like, trust me, it comes in handy. There's no ink. It saves so much money. Like, it saved me so much money. Custom packaging, like all that little cute packaging and stuff you see, you can get it at Walmart, you can get it on Amazon, you can get it at Target. You can go online and try to find little wholesale vendors on like AliExpress. Granted, it will take longer to get to you. You might not know what quality you're getting, but there are tons of little websites where you can get it for the cheap. Pricing. Now, how to price your items for shipping. Some people like to include the shipping costs into their product and then just advertise it as free shipping. That's what a lot of people do on sites like Etsy, where the customers are pretty much spoiled type shit. Like, that's how you got to get your shit out there. Legal jargon. So obviously I am not a lawyer, okay? All right, trademarks, copyrights, all that stuff. You need to hit up a trademark attorney if you want to hang with the big dogs and you really feel like your property could get stolen, especially if you're posting it online. It's fair game for some douchebag to come up and steal your shit. I would definitely look up some trademark attorneys. I know that there are websites and stuff, but I highly suggest going local and trying to find somebody, because you don't want to play around with shit like that. It's a process, it costs money, and you don't want to be out thousands of dollars over a mistake or a misfile, you know. Hidden costs, y'all cannot be scared to make money. That's what stopped me for a long time, dude. My camera is like, girl, hurry up. So hidden costs, yeah, you cannot be scared to make money. My word of advice is do not spend your money until you have paid your taxes. That's usually what I do, because I do have other sources of income. This is not my only source of income. So what I do is I try to keep all of my money in one account, and that's what I was going to get into next, is business bank accounts. I do have a business account. Somebody asked me about loans. No, I did not take out any loans for my business. I actually dipped into my own personal savings to kickstart my business. So I invested in me, girl. I didn't have no family invest in me or nothing. I just did it myself. Now I'm building up my credit with my business, with my LLC, to business credit and be able to get certain loans and stuff in the future. But no, I have not as of now. But I highly advise getting a business account. Getting an EIN number is free. Getting an EIN is free. And it helps protect you and your identity and your privacy, because what you don't want is your social security all over the place when you're working with these wholesale vendors and stuff, which we're gonna get into next. LLCs are not free. It depends on your state. I live in Florida, so you go to Sunbiz, go pay you a little such and such. You have to refile every year. If you don't, it can cost you a whopping like $400 or something. Keep that business account active. The business account isn't active, you can't even get, if your business is not active on your state's whatever, your LLC, then you cannot even get a business bank account. Just to wrap it up, I saw this video on TikTok before I started my business, and it helped me a lot, and I've saved it in my phone, and I just checked it off along the way. She kind of breaks down pretty well on everything that you need to get started. Some of these things are not necessary, but a lot of them are. Like, getting the EIN is not necessary, but if you see yourself communicating with other vendors and stuff like that, you might want to get it. So now we're gonna get into the product, and that's gonna be the last thing we talk about is products. So finding vendors. You can find vendors on Instagram, you can find vendors on TikTok, Pinterest. All you have to do is look in trigger words like wholesale, USA vendor, stuff like that. Budget yourself. You need to be making sure that you're making a profit. So you need to be budgeting how much your material costs to make your product. You need to be budgeting how much labor you're doing, and then add on top of that. And I'll put a calculator up here so you guys can see, like, you should be making at least 20% in profit, at least, bro, at least. You need to be feeding yourself. How to keep things fresh and in demand. So again, you don't want to lose yourself, but you do want to stay in tune with the trends, like on TikTok, on Instagram. Like, use certain songs, but keep it you, okay? So say if your niche is girly girl, kawaii, anime girl type stuff, don't go full cowgirl out of nowhere. Like, I don't know, like, you get what I'm saying. Wholesalers, vendors, same thing. Yeah, bro, you just gotta look, Google it, and if you want to keep it close to you, look up wholesalers Atlanta, wholesalers Seattle, wholesalers New York. If you're in New York, oh my God, you are blessed. You got wholesalers everywhere. You can go and get all types of stuff. Like if you live in certain areas, you can go outside and get stuff, but online, in order to get certain wholesalers and certain vendors to get access, you need an EIN number. So I'm editing right now, and what happened to the end of my video? What happened to my nail? Has it been like this the whole time? I just want to thank you to everybody that sent me questions. Thank you to everybody that made it this far in the video. So sorry that it's ending all raggedy like this on my phone. But if you have any more questions, just ask in the comments. I don't mind responding. And yeah, I wish you guys luck on all your future business endeavors. And I don't know why I feel the need to say this, but if you're an artist, don't feel pressured to monetize your art. There's a lot of things that I do that I don't monetize. Don't feel sappy or corny or not ambitious about that bag for wanting to keep certain things to yourself. So yeah, peace.
Pull up with a stick, pull up with a stick.